And now for the man of the hour, make some noise. Now I need to see you real quick, man. I just need you to move over so I can talk to you right quick. Everybody put their ones in the sky. Now see, when I roll my one up, it means 1 in a million. That's what my birth name, Amillion, means. That means everybody in there got something in you that can't nobody take from you. It's priceless. So once you find that, you define it. So imagine when I hear KRS-One is coming in at 10. Huh? Who know what KRS stand for? Say it again. Now hold on. Keep them ones in the sky right quick. KRS. One day my pride may get the best of me, but I swore to the Lord if they kept testing me. With this pen is my sword, I manifest my destiny. They'll feel me. My food for thought's like a recipe. My poetry paints so all can see. My life, my strife, my pain, my agony. I sit and write at night to hate's melodies. Try to find myself while myself's trying to find me. In between a rock and a hard place. Born in the city, but raised in heaven's grace. I'm trying to find face. I'm the ace, no Al Capone. Got it for decade cause, need space, leave me alone. But truly, I'm trying to be closer to God. Without killing myself, find breath through your head now. See, some hate me, but they must understand. No father figure, go figure, I fear no man. I never planned to fail, just failed to plan. God's my author, my lyrics are like the Quran. I try not to better yet, overstand so you can walk on my words, but it's best if you ran. I don't need fans, just need family. People that trust, not lust in all my fantasies. I speak ecstasy, so believe me when I say, if Marvin Gaye was still here, you still hear him say, what's going on? In my world, in my poems, in my songs. Everything is everything. We all must keeping on and maintain in the world that's mainly stated. There's still a million pictures that I haven't even painted yet. But if you doubt me, you can study my blueprint. But if you doubt me, study KRS blueprint. I print my blues with nothing to lose. Every word was God sent. Make some noise for Amillion. When I say KRS, y'all say one. KRS. KRS. You already won, King. I appreciate you. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? My name is Zeeky. I'm going to be your moderator tonight. Everybody make some noise for hip-hop and KRS-One. Check. Where the teacher's mic at? Y'all got the teacher up here. Where's Mike at? Oh, there, go right there on the seat. Yeah.
You're sitting down first. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
KRS, look at hip-hop.
I love it. Look at this. Yes.
Look at hip-hop.
Yes.
Y'all stand up and make some noise for yourselves, hip-hop. Yeah.
Oh, that's real.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
This is a product of what you started.
I love this mic, though. It's a nice mic.
It is a nice mic. You should abuse that thing or something.
Well, look, it's all right there.
Yeah, you got the turntables and everything. Knowledge reigning now, right?
Yes.
Supreme.
Yes. Over
nearly everyone.
Yes.
Now everybody knows that, but I want to know why. Like I know about they was calling you Krishna in the shelter, and then you shortened it to KRS.
Yes.
Then you added the one with the graffiti art.
Yes.
But then you went back and gave it what they call a backronym. Y'all heard of a backronym, right? You add the meaning after.
Yes.
Why knowledge reigning supreme over nearly everyone?
Well, the word nearly, knowledge is not the end all be all. And I knew that back in the days that, I wanted to represent knowledge and education. The concept I was coming with was edutainment. And so this education through entertainment, you know, and let me also say back then, knowledge was not, it wasn't cool to be intelligent, let's put it that way. It wasn't cool to have knowledge of yourself. It wasn't, and let me say this, it wasn't cool in the music industry. In the streets, there was a lot of brothers out here talking. Jehovah's Witness would be knocking on your door. Different from today, back in the day, the Christian community was much deeper, stronger. Even we used to walk by and see, the Armageddon sign, Armageddon, the world's going to end. The world is coming to an end, the end is near. You used to see that all up and down Manhattan as well. It was nothing to see somebody trying to show you something in the street. Different from today, as well as no street action anymore. The streets are barren, and even COVID took it right to the ultimate level where the streets were actually abandoned themselves. First the mind, then the body, first the mental, then the physical. So if you're thinking like this, obviously, this is what it becomes. And so that nearly part has a lot to do with understanding that the spirit is faster than knowledge. That's why I say nearly everyone, because some people are not governed by knowledge, not governed by what they know, the sum of what is known. Everybody's not governed by that. As a matter of fact, from a philosophical point of view, you would always remember that the ones that created mathematics could not count. And, the ones that created language couldn't speak. The ones that created writing did not write. These are their inventions. This is the Enlightenment. They're going through something else in their lives, and this becomes the result of it, the byproduct of it. But you always got to remember that knowledge is not the end-all, be-all. Spirit is.
Wow.
Soul is the end-all, be-all.
Absolutely. Wow. So, and thank you for that, Chris. But listen, you brought up something that was so profound that I think that this city really needs to hone in on. You talked about how the people who invented mathematics didn't know how to count.
Right.
The people who invented language didn't know how to speak.
Right.
So there's this concept of nothing from something. Mm-hmm. Talk to us about how that concept applies to hip hop.
Well, that is the whole concept of hip hop. That I would say nothing to something, and it's never nothing. Like even like right now, okay, between us is air. Just us talking like this, you would say there's nothing between us, but there is something between us. It's never nothing. So in one breath we say yes, from nothing to something. Yes, the people who invented writing could not write, or more accurately, people like Harriet Tubman couldn't read, right? There's something about not knowing that gives you a strength. There's something, knowing limits you to what's known, but sometimes the most amazing things happen because people didn't know. I didn't know that I could do that. Like no one told me I couldn't do it. So I did it. And that's it. Hip hop starts just like that. Nobody told us we couldn't spin on our head. So why, let's just do it. Right. No one said you couldn't rap and rap was already going on. But, and let me also point out this thing about coming from nothing. It's never nothing. Just because the eyes can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. So it's never nothing. In hip hop's case, we did have something. We know what we mean when we say from nothing to something, from poverty, from no opportunities, from all types of injustices and so on. We understand that. But we did have praying parents.
Come on, y'all, make some noise.
No, we did.
That's truth to power.
We did have praying parents. We're talking about the 60s. And I'm saying 60s. I'm born 65. 63, Dr. King does the I Have a Dream speech, 1963, August 28th. And by the way, as we celebrate hip hop's 50th, we're also celebrating the 60th anniversary of the I Have a Dream speech. This is on August 28th, I think it was, the speech was August 28th, I should look that up. August 28th, 1963, if I'm correct. That's 60 years of the I Have a Dream speech. Now, it's a bittersweet because a lot has changed in those 50 years, in those 60 years. A lot has changed. But again, it's the same things that Dr. King was speaking about in the speech, we're still dealing with 60 years later. Everything, all of it. And it's a shame. It's like, wow, what is this nightmare we can't seem to wake up from? This injustice, this constant living with psychopaths, really. We call them government. But this is the psychotic behavior is beginning to become more and more noticeable. We used to believe in government. We used to believe, even if you had a criticism against government, you believed that the government was still made up of professionals, still made up of people that understood right from wrong. The government was the last, that was the foundation of the country. Right. But now we've reached a stage where it is becoming obvious the incompetency of leadership, governance, all the institutions, the incompetency, not so much the corruption, the incompetence, like the stupidity. This is not, it's no longer, when we were growing up, it was greed, it was dealing with greed, corporate greed. Well, that whole system fell. That whole thing fell. All of that, the greed just took everybody down. Now we're just stupid. It's just not, now it's just like, it's the decisions being made are just stupid. People talking stupid and looking stupid. It's just like stupidity. And you would expect it from other areas in life, maybe entertainment, maybe, but not from your government, not from the government, and also not from teachers, religious figures, police department, fire department. This is not where incompetency should be. And we're tolerating. Now, how did I get over there? The point is, something from nothing. There's always, nothing from something, nothing to something. There's always something there. There's always something there. And in hip hop's case, go back to the praying parents. I mentioned Dr. King because this is one of our praying parents. When you look at all of the leaders of the 60s, starting with Dr. King, Kwame Ture, or formerly known as Stokely Carmichael, Malcolm X, all of these figures, Medgar Evers, all of these figures were our cultural fathers. These are our cultural fathers. And obviously, Moms was at the helm of the entire civil rights struggle. All women. Now think about that for a minute, right? And look at the war against women today. And you ask yourself, and it's a war, nobody declared it. Like I said, a war on drugs, right. War on family. Well, there's a war on women right now that we need to pay really close attention to, because we're talking about the birth of our nation. So you're trying to kill the birth of our nation now. Like there's nothing else to do now but now kill the queen. And so I say this to say again, nothing from nothing to something. Our mothers, strong women birthed hip hop. Strong women birthed hip hop. Before I get to the guys, because that's what we all see: Kool Herc, Bam, Flash, Theodore, Crazy Legs. It's all guys. Dougie Fresh, all these people. Me, all guys. But the real story of hip hop's beginning is all feminine. Starting with Kool Herc's sister. I'll just get into this just for the record.
Yes, let's go.
August 11th, 1973. Kool Herc's sister, not Herc. Herc gets the credit for being the recognized father of hip hop. But it was his sister, Cindy, who wanted to throw a back to school jam and asked her brother, 1520 Sedgwick, and let me get that address right, at 1520 Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx. Right there is, and it's a small community center as well, only hold about 50 people. And so she threw a back to school jam. She wanted to raise money to buy clothes to go to school for her and her brothers. Now, not only do you see the entrepreneurship here, but Cindy is like hip hop's first promoter as well, the first one. Absolutely. This is a strong woman in the Bronx in 73. Now, ironically, 73 is a phenomenal year. Okay. Ironically, as I just think about it, Roe v. Wade was put into law in 73. I'm thinking of all these laws of 73. Richard Nixon signed the Endangered Species Act as well in 1973. Bruce Lee came out with Enter the Dragon in 1973. I'm mentioning these because these were huge influences on the birth of hip hop. Bruce Lee, that guy, that one guy, okay? Those of you that remember the 70s and the 80s, you remember Bruce Lee.
Yeah. Yes. Make some noise from Bruce Lee.
That was an amazing gentleman, but put him to the side. All of these people were the nothings that we came from. All of the civil rights leaders, all of these stars, these movie and sports people, but women were the ones pushing the entire movement. Everyone knows this. Rosa Parks, everyone knows she really started Dr. King. Yeah. In that sense, it was her movement, and there were other women before her, even like Fannie Lou Hamer. Others had already sat down on the bus, had already caused the ruckus 10, 20 years. Like 5 people had did the same thing that Rosa Parks did. It's just that Dr. King came to Rosa Parks and blew the whole thing up. But women were already sitting down, refusing to get up. In the South, too, by the way. This could cost you your life. Okay, this could cost you your life. These women are so brave, and like again, it's not bravery. It's not bravery. It comes out to be bravery and courage. But a lot of these women couldn't read or write or count. A lot of these sharecroppers, Stokely Carmichael told me this when he was alive, that the people that they had to transform to get voting rights, this is SNCC now, this is Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, they're in the South, on the plantation. They call it sharecropping at this point, but they actually there with these people working, okay, and they're trying to convince them to come together to vote these people out of office and change the laws of your community. So Stokely Carmichael he said to me, nobody could read. 90% of the people couldn't read, write. He said that was a blessing because they didn't read the newspaper. See, today we watch the news, but back then you had to read the news. And there was a newspaper. You know, there used to be a job called a paper boy. He used to ride on a bike. He used to throw the paper at your door. These were major economies, but, well, whatever. He said to me, Stokely Carmichael, he said to me, it was because they didn't know how to do this, wasn't connected to society, had no ends to politics, they devised the most amazing strategies. Wow. Because they didn't know what they couldn't do. We think today that they were oppressed. Like we think today, because we're watching PBS and BBC and people are like recreating the history and so on. They're trying to do a good job, like Eyes on the Prize. I think that's pretty good, and others. But it's never going, these movies and documentaries are never going to tell you the truth about what it really was. And it's not so much that they're hiding the truth, it's the nature of history, that you're never going to get the story right. So what we're really looking at in terms of history is basically the historian's opinion of the past. So when you look at that, you say, okay, what are we really looking at? You start to go deeper. You realize that even when slavery was at its height, okay, let's say that just before the Civil War, let's say, mid-1800s, 1861, around this time, okay, slavery at its height. Now, from Civil War all the way back, okay, say to 1619, Jamestown, Virginia. Let's go all the way back from 17th to the 16th, all the way back. We are told that all black people were enslaved. All white people owned slaves. This is the general. Now, of course, some can do research and find out. Right. No, of course, there was only a few and da-da-da-da-da. But the general motif in your head is all blacks were slaves and all whites owned them. Now, we never got past this. And the thing is this, is that when you really look at the real history now, you look at the real history and the nature of history, you'll notice that slavery was not in the air. Or should I put it this way? White supremacy and racism was not in the air, in the water. White supremacy and slavery, the institution of slavery, only came around when white folk came around. Just think about this. This is the changing of your consciousness about our past. We're taught that slavery was the absolute of the past. This is a lie. The truth is, slavery only occurred when white racists were around. And these white racists were the minority of the white community. So they're trying to make their little bit of their piece of history the whole for everybody. When in actuality, like, think about this, right? It used to be illegal to have marijuana. Okay, right here.
Couple weeks ago.
Couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Used to be illegal. Okay. Used to be illegal. But even when it was illegal to have weed, you still had it. And you were good as long as the cops weren't around. The only time laws are enforced is when white supremacy shows up.
That's right. That's right.
If there's no white supremacists showing up, there's no law for you. There's no law for you. The law shows up and enforces itself. That's why it's called law enforcement. You have to enforce that law onto the person or onto the group and so on. So go back to slavery. So we got the ancestors of white racists telling us our history, first of all. So they're going to say, well, slavery was the absolute. And that's all that was going on. You can dig deeper within yourself and ask yourself, what would I be doing during this time? What would I really be doing during this time? Now, you would notice that when you around your friends, you ain't a slave. When you around your friends, when you around your family, you, and they to them. It's when he comes around. When he comes, the institution of slavery comes with him.
Powerful.
It's not in the air. Slavery's not in the water. It wasn't in the ground. It was only his opinion. So when he was gone, there was no slavery. We were free. Slavery only occurred when Mr. Charlie came. Now we got to straighten up. Oh, yeah, come on, let's get right. Okay, Mr. Charlie here now. Okay, let's
Charlie.
You know, whatever. Mr. Johnson, whatever it is. We only became that when he was around. So if you look at your history, what we are calling black history too, by the way, written mostly by white folk, what we are calling black history. Now think about this. And because we're living in such amazing times for learning. With such amazing times. Look at the whole struggle with critical race theory And not even forget critical race theory, but just not wanting to teach black history in schools.
Absolutely.
Like, just think about that. This is 2023.
2023.
We in 2023, and we dealing with this. Imagine 100 years ago. This is advanced white folk.
They got the internet.
This is 2023.
Right.
This is advanced, okay? Right. This is it. 2023. You're denying truth. Like in 20, so imagine now you go back. And this is the reason why I'm bringing this up.
Okay.
Okay. Because hip hop started in this kind of conscious ignorance. This kind of conscious ignorance. We didn't really know how bad it was. We didn't know. We were kids. We running around New York up and down. We didn't know. And nobody really felt like they were poor. Nobody in my hood felt like they were poor. We look back on it and said, yo, that was some rough times.
Right. Yes. Yes.
It's like, wow, how did I get through that? You know, but no, when you in the hood and experiencing it for yourself, no, you don't feel poor. You don't feel like that. And this is the disconnect we got to make with the fake history that we are living through versus the truth of our being. And the truth of our being is that, first of all, you exist without white folk. Start there. Because I have to say that because African Americans don't think they do. African Americans think, and keep this in mind, it's only white folk. We're not even talking about Mexicans. Oh, matter of fact, the whole Latino community. Colombian, Puerto Rican. We're not talking about none of that. We're not looking for their respect. Take a look at recording artists. We want the American Music Award.
Yeah.
We want the Grammy.
Yeah.
Now, what if Nigeria said we got the Nigerian Music Awards and we have nominated you? Why we don't see no American artists over there? Mexico's a full country. They have award shows. They have hip-hop award shows.
Really?
Yeah, Mexico's a full country.
Yeah.
A full country. You know, they have award shows. They have scholars. They take the scholar. Okay, the scholarship. We want Harvard's degree. We want Yale's degree. We don't want Guatemala's degree. What if Haiti offered you a degree? He said, this degree from the University of Haiti. Yeah.
Why? Why do you think that is? Why are we fixated on the institutions, the same institutions that don't want us around?
Why are black people Democrats?
Boy. All right, listen, before we go, because it's about to get crazy and we're on limited time. That's a powerful one. And real talk, I think every person who identifies as, because that's what we use now, black and Democrat, should go home and look in the mirror and ask why. Why am I a black Democrat?
Right.
I think he just posed a powerful question that's going to unlock this whole community.
And let me say this. There are answers to that. I just put that out as a quick answer to your statement. But no, there's answers to why be a black Democrat or a black Republican in this instance. But we have to be real with ourselves, though.
Absolutely.
And say, look, the last 4 elections, did African Americans win? Just the last 4 presidential elections. 4. Okay? What did we get? Well, who on any side, Republican, Democrat, whatever side, any side.
Right.
Okay, what did we really get?
What did we actually achieve? What did we get?
You said, why is this the case? Obviously, a slave mentality, which is what I'm bringing up. I'm not dissing the Democratic Party. I can't. And I can't because the Democratic Party's voice seems to be, and this is unfortunate, that the Democratic voice is the only voice black folk got in the political arena right now. And I'm a realist in the sense that, sure, if I'm going to criticize, I'm also going to offer my assistance.
Okay.
So if I look at, as a historian, I look back at the Democratic Party, that was the party of racism. We all know that. It was the party that was the slavery party.
Yes, okay. It was. Yes, it was.
The Republicans, supposedly the Republicans was the party of freedom, started by black folk and Native Americans, by the way, Republican Party. But now we're here in this time, And it's not even about black or white anymore. It really is about Democrat and Republican. It's about banks versus banks, nations versus nations, corporations versus corporations. Yes, this is where we are right now, and it's a great learning experience right now. Like, I could teach colonialism all day from a book, or you could just watch Russia and Ukraine. Like, you just forget the book.
Hold on, teach. Hold on. I know you could go deep. I did want to touch on this before you leave. I wanted to talk about your childhood, but you kind of talked about that. But there are some meat and potatoes because you listed a lot of issues. And I want to tap on this last. I did have a video clip, but you recently, 2023, you were at the Black Caucus, and you received the prestigious Percy Sutton Lifetime Achievement Award.
No doubt.
Now, we can make some noise for that. That's because this man is taking hip-hop into areas that hip-hop ain't supposed to be in, but it is supposed to be in. But while I was studying, and I do study, sir, while I was studying you, I found that you're carrying some solutions with you that a lot of people in this community could benefit from. And you spoke on something when you received that award. And I don't want to talk about it too much because I want to make it a call to action for the city of Wilmington. If anybody in the city of Wilmington here has any bit of influence and power to be able to make moves and do something, you got to pay attention to this man who's carrying the preservation of a culture that we, blacks and Latinos, created. And I want you to watch this video. This is KRS-One talking about an idea called Hip-hophia. Oh yeah, I did my homework, sir. Yes.
We are the leaders of society. It is us and our actions that make the world what it is. This is not about criticizing government, because we are government. All of your mayors, your senators, your congresspeople, your president comes from the people. If we could somehow raise the consciousness of our people, we will also raise the consciousness of our government. This is a bottom-up solution. Here's the solution. In every area of a city, there's an area that nobody goes or pays any attention to. It's underdeveloped. Every city has it. Hip-hop is asking that you give us that area of your city. Meaning, the same way you have a Chinatown, or a little Italy, or a little Armenia, and little Greece, have a little hip-hop. Come on. Can we get an area in your city where the wealth of our culture is concentrated in one area? Can we get an area in your city where hip-hop is safe? Where people from around the world know that there's a place, a Mecca, that they can come to and enjoy hip-hop. Do you know what that would do to your tourism in your city? To have a hip-hop city, a small section of your city dedicated to the culture of hip-hop. Crime lessons in your city, because all the kids are working in the city, working in the what we call hip-hophia. All the kids are working there, jobs in the city. If we just focus and create an area for hip-hop in your city. So this is what I believe the solution is, and this is what I'll leave you with today. Each of us are leaders of the world. Don't take yourself for granted.
That's right.
You are divine, actually. I don't have enough time to get into that, black people. But grab your responsibility. Rise up. Civilization is not technology. Let us be more civil. Thank you.
Make some noise for KRS-One and the solution for our city.
Wow. You actually had that. Wow.
They want to shut, they giving us the cue, Chris. I know you got so much more. We
yes.
got to chop it up, man.
Oh, yes, we do.
We got it, because I'm a student of yours.
And
man.
film it and get it out.
Will do, absolutely.
Maybe we're going to talk after this as well.
Yep.
Have a little private session. We'll probably get into that. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But I know what y'all really been waiting for. Y'all been waiting for the Blastmaster, haven't you?
I've been waiting for the Blastmaster.
You've been waiting for the Blastmaster. I've been waiting for the Blastmaster. The Blastmaster is about to give us a treat. I'm going to move these chairs up out the way.
Oh, word.
Because according to our very own Method Man, this is a guy you don't want to go before or after, because he just shuts it down. And I'm ready to, we saw you at Juneteenth, but we ready to see you right in here. So I'm going to move up out the way.
Yeah,
and
let you slide this over.
Yes,
and we'll
sir.
slide that over. And I'm about to get a little savage right now. So I really enjoy this. I really enjoy this. And so I'm just going to warm up a little bit before I get started. Of course, you guys, this is about to turn into something else. Actually, if you want to dim the lights, we could do that as well. Like, I saw the lights go down a little bit. Actually, you can even turn them off. Just blast some music real quick. Let's go to the drums. Let's turn this up real quick. This is called hip-hop, y'all. And this is how we do it right now. And feel free, if you want, you can come down here. Let's go. So I just walked in. Real lyric is about to begin. No sin. Off the top like raw hip-hop. This is how I used to do it with Scott the Rock. I take you all the way back to 73. This is how we get down with this PDP. Oh man, 83. Let's run DMC. I'm off the top. You can see I'm an MC. Yo, keep the camera up. I'm getting my stamina up. On the mic, I'm jamming them up. Oh yo, that's Chuck Premore. You know what it is? Allhiphop.com. What up, kids? Keep it up, and keep it rolling. All of this is original, none lyric is stolen. I see the cameras catching me. I'm about to show you what a real MC is to me. He is the number one, let me do it. Run it right through, got the lyric with the fluid. KRS-One, I knew I tied to it. I'ma do it all day, this is how we move it. KRS-One, and my first album is this. They call me KRS, but my name is Chris. I'ma take y'all back to 1986. If you can hear me, make some noise in the mix. Turn the music up louder. I need more power. I'm a rip for an hour. This is how I do it. We off the top conscious. KRS-One, watch how I rock this. Real hip-hop is over with. Real hip-hop is over here. Real hip-hop is over here. Real hip-hop. Real hip-hop is. Real hip-hop is. Real hip-hop is. Real hip-hop is. Watch this. I think they in the front and in the rear. The real hip-hop is. Now watch how I speak. I'm taking them to Africa way before the Greek. We going all the way back. This is MC and not rap. I'm off the top like the hat. Oh man. Okay, pull it. I think my mic's right. Tell them where I come from. Turn it up. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it. Let me let y'all know where I come from. It's a little place we call the South Bronx. 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 Many people tell me this style is terrific. It's kind of different. Let's get specific. KRS-One specialize in music. Only use this type of sound when I choose it. Party people in the place to be. KRS-One. Woo! They got dropped off MCA. Cause the rap say wrong words. Come on. You think that hip-hop had to start out in Queensbridge? If they got that junk up in the Bronx, they might not look. I'm from the South Bronx. The South Bronx. The South Bronx. The South Bronx. Turn you up. The South Bronx. The South Bronx. Give us a proof down.
could go back to disco fever. But if you got my first album, it goes like this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 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 Listen. Listen. The bridge is over. 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 The bridge is listen. The woman that is on to the flip I said you down with the sound called BDP. If you want to shine the cool, you must see me. Your pants are like shit on the wall. Gosh, anybody man, I'm a rabbit again. Picking up the mic and taking another one out. Saying hip-hop style out of Queens Bridge. Same as I can, you know them feeling. Tell them again, we can be tell them again. Tell them again, we can be tell them again. Tell them again, we can be tell them again. Tell them again, no. And I keep on making it. Once cause we ain't there. Yeah. Hit him.
And now for my next number.
Hold it. Hold up. Y'all want some more of that rawness? MC can only battle with rhyme, they got punchline. Let's battle to see who headline. Instead of flow for flow, let's go show for show. Show for show, tell they better act like this. Whoa. I'm just getting into this now. You know what it is, come on. Teacher! Who am I? MC! Lottie Dottie, I don't wear Versace. I wait to chase out quickly at the party. Who am I? If you're like me, hip-hop is in your body. Who am I? MC! When the jam is slow and you need a proceeder. Who am I? MC! When you need a lyrical meter with all rhetorical triple features. Who am I? MC! When you need to rock your 2,000-seat arena, best believe her. Who am I? MC! When you need to get the word on the street with demeanor. Who am I? Turn the bass up. Turn the bass up. Turn the music up. Give me more, give me more. Put it down, put the phone in, it ain't no joke. Down with the sound, call PDP. Put it down, put the phone in, it ain't no joke. No, we ain't no joke. No, back in the days I knew rap would never die. Used to listen to hospital, WHBI. I used to hear all kind of rap group before sampling loop. Rappers were bell-bottomly suit. Me and Kenny couldn't afford that. We would go to the park when he was jamming to hear rap. I used to listen to the top computer. I always thought to myself, damn, why they fucked it up? Whenever I was in Belgium, just like a hole. And the safe had way till I left home. On the streets of New York, I'm free. But with freedom comes big responsibility. I used to walk around driven by the force. I remember how long Super Rhymes was when he fell off. I used to wonder about the crews that used to rock in the lounge. None of them could manage to stay on top. Do you ever think about when you out of here? Fly girl, fresh kid, out of here. $5,000 love sick, out of here. No doubt BDP is true school. Looking down with the morning, it ain't no joke. Down with the sound called BDP. Boogie down with the morning, it ain't no joke. Down with the sound called BDP. Yo, after living on the streets so long, years went by, I saw myself into a loophole. Used to watch the show, I drink Martini. Dreamt about where will I be going like Houdini. But I was messing with graffiti on the subway, getting chased by the pig almost every day. I knew it had to be a better way, see. I would go to my room and blast Run TMC. Turn it up for him, turn it up for him. Turn it up for him. Y'all know this? 2 years ago, asked me to, yo, we're gonna give it up for Jam Master J. When I say Jam Master, you say J. Jam Master, Jam Master. When I say Jam Master, you say J. Jam Master, Jam Master, Jam Master. Why are you doing this to them? I heard it was real hip-hop out here. So we gonna talk like this. Who the hell is this? No, wipe up. See who's this? This my man. And heard him. They said they wanna. Yo. Drop that Tupac flavor. Oh man. Only if you know what time it is with this. Let's go. Come with me. What do we have here? Do you wanna? One more time I say, come with me. What do we have here? One more. East Coast. One more. On the East Coast. And we'll get back to it. We just went all off the show right now, y'all. Turn the music up loud. Let me get it. Oh, baby, yeah, baby, oh, baby, yeah. Let me see if you know this. Shimmy. All for the natural jump. Yeah, from the home of the top. Wu-Tang. Wait. For you to even just my skill. Killing me, I said, damn, pass it on. You just get hard like shit. Where the MC? mic, step on stage and get there. Yo, what's up, ODB? Oh, baby, I like. ODB, Tupac, G.I.G., JFK, Heavy D, MC. Trouble T. Roy. Big L, rest in peace. Of course, Scott LaRock, Shock G, Black Rob. Yes! If we don't shout our ancestors, who will? If we're not shouting our brothers and sisters, who will? You know, nobody's ever going to tell you you're divine, you know. They're going to keep that to themselves. You know, America created no religion in the world. You know that, right? If there's ever a spiritual path in the world, this is it. It's called hip-hop.
That's right.
This is indigenous to the United States. It's indigenous. Every other spiritual thought is foreign to this land. Everyone. America got one spiritual deal here, and it's called hip-hop. If you could see it that way. People like me, I take advantage of that spiritual knowledge. Hip meaning to know. Hop is movement. Hip, knowing, intelligence, knowing, awareness. That's hip. Hop, springing up, springing forward. What is hip-hop? Intelligence, awareness, knowing, springing up, springing forward. Hip-hop is nothing else. Hip-hop is nothing. Hip, awareness, hop, moving, springing forward. What is hip-hop? Awareness, springing forward. Awareness and knowledge leaping up. Intelligence and consciousness moving forward. This is all a hip and a hop is. If you put more on it, you're going to lose it. If you don't raise it up to its true standard, you're going to lose it. I'm giving you the spirit of it right now. Hit me. This is off my first album because I think there's some people in here that are from 1986. Let me see. Boogie Productions will always get paid. We'll take the M. Oh, y'all seem to know this. Remember to this 80s music. Let's see if it comes. 2, 1. Criminal minded, you've been blinded. Looking for a style like mine. Mind, fate of the audience. Sometimes the suckers on the side got it in cage, a cage. I'm not in a cage. Me as a bird to fly about on stage. Ain't here for no frontin', just to say a little something. These suckers don't like me cause they all about mine. However, I'm really fascinated to better. All around performance get better and better. English grammar comes down like a hammer. You need a style, I need to pull your model. Make baby steak kissing other people's ass. Wait and produce myself just as that. Make my hair like this. Got a solitary girl. Talking only women got a little girl. This girl's look so good, but the what? I'd rather talk to a woman cause I need some. What? Take them back. Turn that up, that's 80s music. Get it, get it. Get it, get it. Allhiphop.com. Make sure you tune in. Allhiphop.com. Yo, it's the 50th anniversary. You know what? I'm still number one. Yeah. That's some mean shit. We just a freaking rapping from a show. Or a face of a rope. Sometimes I joke and try to believe. When I get challenged by $1,000,000 MCs, I try to tell them we all in this together. I'm in the group. There's no one would never. Things like plastic, do what I do. I stole the shows and I leave it out of you. What do you think makes up the KRS? Cause I'm so cheap, so we can't think it. We can get this. I can be trouble. doesn't mean to take long trips. I'm the original teacher of this type of style. Rocking off feet, on a style, or skirt, or tackle. Something I help to. BDP, procedure, I love to. Step in the chair and flip. I'm not. Because, grab the mic. But here's where the problems start. No heart, because of that, a lot of groups fall apart. Rappers to the heart, and no one's to me. Why? I said no one's to me old school, cause rap for the heart. 50 years down the line, you can stop. 50 years down the line, you can start this, because we'll be the old school. And even in this time, I'm saying rhymes, brand new style, rootless and wild, running around, spending money, having fun. Because today, we still number. Just bang them. Bang them out. Shout out to Showbiz and AG on this. The whole Digging in the Crates crew, really. Diamond deep. We can count the door or pick a flow. Till I watch a video, I can really know. All that will. Hey! Yo, if you can hear me, say hey! Whether at the bar with superstar, cruising in the supercar, really don't care who you are. All I really need is a friend. One more time, somebody say hey! If we can't have trust, you can't hang with us. We respond to those who show respect. With respect, we respond, we connect on the same deck, same intellect. My man, never shifting things quickly if you can't understand. We boys, we can stand on the corner with a hat selling toys. It ain't about your Benz, hope it ain't about mine, my man. I be listening my friends now, getting cheese around the world. I can trust you with my girl, my man. Chilling at the gym, what's the plan? I'm not a yes man. None of my friends are yes men or women. I'm driving, I see my people get in. Where you fit in? True friends are quick to sit in the beginning of all trouble. When you pay toll trouble, Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble. Still I got my own space. We can count the door or pick up flow. Till I'm watching video, I can really know. Hey, come on, let me hear you say hi. Whether at the bar with superstar, cruising in the supercar, really don't care who you are. All I really need is a friend, a real friend. Say hi. Y'all want some more of this rawness? See, we talking about hip-hop's 50 years. These were the songs. Watch it. Only a few know this one. Yeah. You know, that's why, man, I be telling you all the time, man, love. That word love is a very serious thing. And if you don't watch out, I tell you that love's gonna get you. 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 I'm in junior high with a B+ grade. At the end of the day, I don't hit the arcade. I walk from school to my mom's apartment. Gotta tell the suckers every day. Cause where I'm at, if you soft, you lost. To stay on course means to roll with force. My boy named Rob, he chillin' in a Benz, front of my building with the rest of his friends. I give him a pound, I shake his hand. He the neighborhood drug dealer. I go upstairs, hug my mother, kiss my sister. I sit down on my bed to watch some TV, but do my ears deceive me? No, that's the 4th time this week. Another fast brother shot. Every next day while I'm off the class, mom's go to work, cold busting her ass. Sister's cute, but she got no gear. Got 2 pairs of pants with my brother I share. So there in school, I made a fool. With 1.5 pair of pants, you ain't cool. But there's no dollar for nothing else I got. Yo, every day I see my mother struggling. Now it's time, I've got to do something. Look for work, I get dissed like a jerk. Do our jobs and come home like a slob. Here comes Rob, gold is shimmering. Gives me 200 for a quick delivery. I do it. Well, my mother's nervous, but she knows the deal. Sisters here got sex appeal. Brother's my partner, we're getting paper. 3 months later, we run out of paper. My family's happy, everything is new. Now tell me, in 1992. That's right. Black cop! Black cop!
A lot of people won't get no supper.
Hit him. Black people, we all gonna drop. You don't even get paid a whole lot. Take your 4-5, put it on lock. Take your M16, put it on lock. Looking for your people when you're off road the block. Here in America, the mob drug spot. Get the black cop, the watching drug spot. Black drug dealer, I'm a fight black cop. Killing each other on the East Coast block. Killing each other on the West Coast block. White police, not give a care about that. One trust killing each other on the crack. Anyway you put it, this is black one. Black cop, black cop, black. 30 years ago, there were no black. Couldn't even run, drive Rona. Recently, police trained black cop. Stand on the corner, wanna take one shot. Cyber warfare is a new horror shock. Black on black crime again. Black cop, black cop, black. Hold it! These people want the raw.
You know they do.
Take me off the road. Because I'm looking at too much Greek. Look. I'm surrounded. This is what Kush must have felt like. But, oh yeah, look down here. Oh yes. Oh, the solution. The solution. You know what? Not even the balance. Look at the foundation. How this is under this. That's how they came. They built their temples and their churches on top of our shit. Let's get it rolling. Like I said, this original, nothing is stolen. What we're doing is we teaching the class. And this is the way we're teaching it, right here in the flash. Now my man's playing music. This is how we used to do it. We used to abuse it. Right now, he got it going on. He got the cello. This dude blows a horn. She's singing. Damn, she's bringing. Whatever she's singing, got your mind tingling. Come on. This how we teach from the artwork. This is a real MC. I make your neck work. Yeah. Let's go right here. You see my man playing that right there. You got KR on the microphone, but 50 years ago, he was on the saxophone. That used to be the mic in the 30s. Standing next to him, I'm not even worthy. These dudes were gritty and dirty. Look how I do it when I use. It's called the blues. That was early hip-hop. The blues spitting it on your block. But since this the foundation, this is what happened after colonization. You better hear me when I speak. This is Africa. This shit is Greek. You gotta understand this is strong. This is... Wait. So let's continue the class. My name is Blastmaster. I move fast. So we're gonna talk about the spirit. Lower it down low so they can hear it. Now keep the flow real low. I want them to hear this freestyle flow while I go. And if I verse flow, I get whoa. Yeah. Let me stop for a minute so they can get that. Come on.
Okay, they must have got it. So now, you're gonna spot it. What you're gonna do is get me, but I need you to play this for 2053. Me, I'm never the loser, I'm the winner. But right now, I'm talking to my future. You know they getting with me.
Yeah.
50 years later, they watching this in the university.
Come on.
So let me kick my verse to thee. Let me show you how a real MC's supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now, I can never stop this. So I'm about to right now raise your consciousness. Right now, you looking at one of me. But there's another me you really can't see. Right now, I'm telling you there's two of me. One you can see, the other you can't see. But after I raise your M-I-N-D, the physical me and the invisible you will see. So first, let's start with the physical. This is KRS-One. What I spit is metaphysical. But let me tell you this tonight somewhere. I'm going to be in a hotel somewhere. Right after this, about 3 a.m., I'm going to be in a hotel sitting on a bed, my friend. I'm going to be in meditation, thinking back on this situation. This is my meditation. The 3 o'clock me is watching me MC. You can't see it while I raise your M-I-N-D. There's a future me that's at 3 o'clock, and it's in a bed watching me right now rock. That means the future me is watching me right now MC. At 3 a.m., I'm in a bed visualizing this whole moment in my head. So that means my mind is right here. I could give myself a pound right there. I just shook my own hand. At 3 a.m., I'm going to come right back here and stand. And if you want the after party, you can come back at 3 a.m. and rock with everybody. Cut that out, you know what it is. Watch this. Da-da-da-day, da-da-da-da-da-day, hey! Da-da-da-day, da-da-da-da-da-day, hey! Da-da-da-day, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-day. I don't hear you. Da-da-da-day, 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 da-da-da-da-da-da. This that old school shit right here. Girlies is free, cause the crack cost. Oh, y'all know that? Oh, you had to be in some spots to know that. Here's a better one. 1, 2, 3, the crew is called. And if you wanna go, stop. What? Now lower it down one more time. I'm not done with the freestyle rhyme, I just got my shine. Remember what I'm saying. There's two of me right now, both are playing. 3 o'clock me, that's the future me. Never the loser me, that's the me that's watching me. You gotta understand I come with a different angle. Your future self, that's your guardian angel. Be a friend to your future self. The present you, the future got no one else. Eat right, think right, walk right, talk right. That's all I got tonight. Turn up! Be a friend to your future self. You ain't got no one else. Keep it moving now. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop.
That's the sound of the police.
Whoop, whoop.
That's the sound of the beast.
Whoop, whoop.
That's the sound of the police.
Whoop, whoop.
That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police.
Yes.
That's the sound of the beast.
Yes. Rock. Come on, sit, stand there. Stand man I talk, you can't stand where I stand. Walk where I walk. Watch it. We run New York. We
loose man talk, we bust them out the park. I know this for a fact, you don't like how I act. You claim I'm selling crack, but you be doing that. Rather say see ya, I would never be ya. Be your officer, your wicked overseer. Hot shot, wanna get popped, be a savior. First show a little respect, change your behavior. Change your attitude, change your live. There can never really be justice on stolen land. You're really for peace and equality. When my cause comes up, you know you wanna follow me. Your laws are minimal. You wouldn't even think about real criminal. This got to cease. We begin high. Sound of the police. As the 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 sound of the beast. There's a little truth. Open up your eye while you're checking out the boom clap. Check the exercise. Take the word overseer. Like a sample. Repeat it very quickly in a crew. For example, overseer. Officer. Yeah, officer from overseer. You need a little clarity? Overseer rode around a plantation. Officer is a patrolling on the nation. Overseer can stop you what you're doing. Officer will pull you over just when he pursuing. Overseer had the right to get ill. If you fought back, the overseer had the right to kill. Officer had the right to arrest. If you fight back, they put a hole in your chest. They both ride horses after 400 years. The police said I'm a little one. So when I'm on the streets, I walk around with a bigger one. I hear it all day, just so they can run the line here on their way. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It goes. As the sound of the police. As the sound of the bass. As the sound of the police. Simone said I got 2 minutes left. Recalibrate. Let's go back, call the ancestors. Let's go with the drums. Turn it up. Pull it. This is hip-hop. Boom, bap. I'm talking to my graffiti writers. Watch this. Get the boom bap in you. Watch this. Healing music. I got 25 cans in my knapsack, crossing out the wick whack, putting up my name with a backpack. Suckers that want to be in my face, I snack that. Give respect to artifacts, Fat Joey Clap and Mac. Bio, Brim, come again, BG 183, recognize me, I'm a fiend for the spray paint. Laugh if you wanna, I don't really care if you ain't. You don't know me, I don't know you, but I do know Pope too, he hitting walls too, the underground community, what we call writers, worldwide burner, getting hotter, getting brighter. What up, Nicer? What up, Mesa? What up, Chino? Master Ace in the place with the bass. You know, we know, my man Rican, my man Saw, tell me how to draw in New York, up the 5 train and the 4. So when I'm on tour, I rep the hardcore, I'm tagging up your black bro. Make some motherfucking noise! Come on, what is it? Say hip-hop! Healing. This is what the radio is scared to play. This is the music that freed us. Dish. Pull it. Go deeper. Yeah. Ancestors. Native American shit. Original black Afro. Now listen. Taking you back to the powwow. Taking you back to the wigwam. 10,000 years ago, we were right here. Before this place was called Baltimore, or Washington, or Wilmington. You know what I'm saying? We bringing the ancestors in. Bring your ancestors in. Turn it down low. Sit back, relax, and reacquaint yourself. Get ready for the primitive savage. Naked self, brace yourself, recreate yourself, make yourself. For too long you've been taught to hate yourself. Man, don't forsake yourself, recreate yourself, take yourself much higher. History's not your story, the devil is a liar. Listen to nothing the outside world says about you. The world is meant to distract you, reroute you, then doubt you. Most these rappers about the world, KRS is about you. So remember what I taught you, about how the in and the out do. Go inside your inner city, quickly going in you. Have an interview with the energy that's within you. Ask yourself, why you? Why now? Why here? Then it becomes quite clear you are divine. You should not fear. Bills, you should not fear. Thrills, you should not stare. Focus your attention on G-O-D. It's right here! Bring your ancestors in. They right here. Yeah. Turn this shit up right here. It's right here. This is what defeats the devil right here. We got our foot on his neck. One more. Nobody's ever gonna tell you you are divine. Because they ain't reached that mind, and all this time they still are blind. Yeah. They tell you get in line, follow them, look for signs. Man, that's baby milk. Here's the raw meat, it's cooking time. It's the way in which you look at your brain and look at your mind. You thinking they the same, but if you look again, you'll find. The whole design of nature is from a gifted mind, a divine mind, outside what we call space and time. This divine mind is what creates brains, hearts, and livers. This divine mind produces butterflies from caterpillars and everything that quivers. Brains don't make brains. Divine mind does. Life is a game with its own mind, its own name, and its own aim. It's simple and plain. Divine mind produces your brain. You are divine mind first. Then you produce your brain. Divine intelligence or God, that's from which you came. Right here! You ain't gotta go nowhere. Where your ancestors at? They right here! I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming out tonight. Celebrate your divinity. Celebrate your divinity. Celebrate your divinity. Vivaldi on the out. Celebrate your divinity. Walk out of here, not as a black, white, red, yellow person. Walk out of here a God. Walk out of here a God. Raise your consciousness up to the level of divinity. It's the only way out of oppression. Study the Haitian Revolution. Study the Native Americans, the Iroquois that helped write the Constitution. Study South America, places like Levin. Matter of fact, Dr. Ivan von Sertima, does anybody know his holy name? Get his work. Get his work. Yeah, we may not have come from Africa, y'all. We might have already been here from the beginning of time. You may want to do some research. Last one. Back on the scene, it's me, masterful MC, and now you'll see. Oh man, them rappers can't hang with me. Knowledge reigns supreme. If you don't know what that means, you must enter the temple. Open your mental, learn the essential. Don't be afraid to dream. Never ever doubt this. No, it's not about Chris. Learn more about this underground hip-hop scene. Check for the classical rap. Masterful MC and blasting them back. Unmasking a Vivaldi track.
Check the mathematical rap, a highly tactical, dramatical rap. KRS-One, I'm a classical cat. But that fact you already know. Come on now, watch how I'm flipping this fluff. Lyrical pro, live at the show. Oh man, they too slow. What does all of this mean for sure? Rappers ain't microphone fiends no more. They don't believe no more. We've all been deceived for sure. Them really horse of the company, falling for the money tree. Run, come see. KRS-One the MC. Take this and keep this. Fear is a weakness. Never ever speak this. The truth will set you free.
Make some noise!